Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Weird Dreams, recording it in the same day, as you can see by me wearing the same shirt. You already know the title, Weird Dreams, episode 26, bus field trip. Let me just say, sometimes I slur my words, so if you don't know what I'm saying, I'm putting the whole dream in the description down below. I read the dream as soon as I remember them, sometimes as soon as I wake up, sometimes someone says banana and I remember the dream. Let's just get to it. I was at school, but it didn't look like the school that I actually go to, and there was a bunch of people outside waiting for the bus because we were all going on a field trip. When the bus got there, I sat next to Heidi. Heidi is just a friend of mine. I told her how on the way there to the field trip, but we never actually got to the place we were gonna go. I don't know. Okay, so you know how there's zoo field trips? It's like as if we were going to the zoo, but we never went to the zoo and we just drove. I just realized that right now. Anyway, I pointed out to her how, oh man, I don't have my iPad, so this road trip, I guess, to where our destination that we never got to was gonna be boring. Then she pointed out, it's like, hey, isn't that your backpack over there? And it was a seat, sort of, if you've ever been on a school bus before, we were sitting on one row of seats, I guess, and it was the one adjacent, I don't know, across the hallway, the little hallway that you can go to. You know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure a bunch of people have been on a bus before. I opened it up and my iPad was in there, but also a box of Kleenex. I did bring a box of Kleenex 3 times to school. It was because I was sick and I just didn't want to keep getting Kleenex, and sometimes there wasn't any at school, and I hate using the school's toilet paper for freaking blowing my nose. Some toilet paper, it's fine, it does the job, but the school ones are freaking awful. So I bring a box of Kleenex with me, and for some reason there was one box of Kleenex in my backpack, and I wasn't sick. The bus got filled up with kids and we were on our way. There wasn't any driver. I think there was at the beginning, but then he set the bus on autopilot, and I think he walked, towards where the seats are, but he wasn't there for the rest of the dream. I don't even remember the face, and if I do, it would be hard to explain because he has eyes and a nose and a mouth. It started snowing for whatever reason, don't know why, but later on I switched seats and I sat in the front, like behind the bus driver, if there was one. Before that I sat somewhere in the middle of the bus. I was sitting sort of behind the bus driver's seat, but close to the door of the bus because as we were driving, I don't even know kind of how to say what speed we were going, but the door to the bus kept opening for whatever reason due to the winds, so I just kept now that I think about it, I'm pushing on the door that would open the door, not close it, but I don't know. I just kept kicking the door to not let it open because of the wind. Okay, now maybe this is what our destination was. We stopped at an all-girls school, and I was the only one that got off the bus. I then sneaked around in the hallway, opening doors, checking for something. I remember being sort of in a hallway by myself. There were multiple doors on both sides, I think 3 on each, doesn't really matter. I opened one and it seemed like a dorm room. There were beds, sort of like a hotel room, but there was no one in there. I think another one was a bathroom, but I kept sneaking and I heard voices, and I was a guy, so I think that's why I was sneaking around and I couldn't be found out. But then at some point I just decided I can't be here, I'm gonna be found out. So, or I'm gonna be found, not found out. I don't know grammar or the language English. Anyway, I decided to leave and went on the bus, and we kept on driving. And by we, I mean the bus was on autopilot. We then go back to the school, and there were two people waiting for another bus for the field trip. It wasn't our bus, it was another bus, but I guess it never showed up. The bus I was on was still on autopilot, so I tried to make it slow even though I didn't know the controls, because at the first place it was on autopilot and I didn't want to mess around with it because I didn't know the controls. But now all of a sudden I do, and the bus is now going about 10 miles per hour, so somewhere between 5 and 10, probably like 7-ish. You can't really estimate that, I guess, between 5 and 10, I don't know. But it was going around somewhere that speed. I opened the door and I told the people, hey, come on in, you gotta hurry because the bus is an autopilot and if you want to get to the destination. I then decide to stop the autopilot, stop the bus, get off of the bus and walk over to them and say, oh hey, come on, we gotta go now. As soon as I turned back around, the bus was gone and all the people were gone that were in it too. I don't remember if I was the only one on the bus at that point or it was still full of people. I don't remember. But then a third guy saw this happen and he kind of pushed me against the brick wall. That was, I think, the school. And it's like, why would you do that? You knew the bus was gonna disappear. Like, you're stupid. Why did you do that? As if I kind of knew that. But it makes no sense because I didn't want to mess around with the controls of the bus when it was an autopilot because I didn't know what the controls were. But that's just, I'm not even sure if that's how it ended, but that's what I remember. As I was telling you this dream, I just remember that there was, I don't know if it was this dream, but it was sort of like outside of the school, it was sort of like a cafeteria outside with tables and such. There was sort of like I was gonna say gazebo, not a gazebo. Okay, I'm already starting to explain this, so why not just end it. You kind of get off of the school at the second floor, and there's sort of a big area with tables. I was gonna say floors. And at the end of that, it's sort of like a square area. So you walk here, square area, can't make a square with my hands. You keep going, and then there's 2 staircases to the left and the right. You just go down to the floor, and why did I remember that? I have no idea if it was this stream. It's probably another one. But that's it for this stream. Probably means that I'm gonna be a bus driver sometime in my life. And it's gonna be snowing, and I'm gonna be sick because I'm gonna have to bring a box of Kleenex to school. Now that I think about it, I had this dream and I haven't brought a box of Kleenex to school. If I do, I don't know. Sometimes it might just be me being delusional. But, you know, I see something in the dream, and then in real life, like let's say, okay, in this dream I open my backpack to shop for my iPad and there's a box of Kleenex. Sometime later on in the future, maybe a year from now, I'll open my backpack and I'll kind of think of this. Sometimes I'm like, wait, I swear, like this, I'm having deja vu right now. Might just be me being paranoid and just I don't know. So that's it for this stream. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll just see you in the next one.